hope you liked that little intro video. So we're gonna go take the car for a drive right now, and after I go for a drive, I'm going to show you a clip I took from this morning when the car was cold, and how it started when cold. Anyways, let's go for a little drive, and you can you know, enjoy the scenery. Now, in case you're wondering, the radio actually works in this thing. It's an old AM radio.
The insects either hand pick or spray them.
Okay.
Applying that spray to the soil isn't going to do a whole lot.
So, I mean, it only shows 35,000 miles on it, and from what I know of the wealthy farmers down south, that's pretty common for them to have a low mileage vehicle. You know, they'll buy a car like this for their family or even for themselves, but they spend most of their time working on their farm at home, and so they'll bring the car out on the weekend to go cruising around or maybe go to church or something like that. And I think that's what one of these cars was. It spent its entire life in Vulcan, Alberta, and I even got a list of everyone that's ever owned it. But even the last owners who had it for, sounds like they had it for 20 years. All they ever did was take it out once every 3 years or so, and put some gas in it, start it up, and run it up and down the road. So actually, when I found this car, I was pretty excited to find one in such good condition.
So we're currently going 50 miles an hour, which is 80 kilometers an hour, and that's the speed limit for this road. I'll just drive along at 50. Oh, that's not here's coming. And that's the heater blower starting up there. Thing's got good heat. So if you wanted to fix this up as a daily driver, you could do it. I wouldn't recommend it any place where they use salt, but where I live, they don't use any salt. This looks like a good place to do a Yui. And we are up to 50 miles an hour, 80 kilometers already. So for those of you that don't know too much about the Ford Galaxie 500, there were versions of this car that were raced in NASCAR. So this one here has a 390. It's called a 390 Thunderbird V8 Special. So it's actually a high-performance engine. At the time, the only other one they made that was bigger was the 427, I believe. It's called 427, which would have been available in this car, but they're very rare. In fact, even the 390s are fairly rare. So back in 1963, this 390 cubic inch motor was rated at 300 horsepower and 425 foot-pounds of torque. Like, this thing has crazy power. You know, I've accidentally done burnouts, and that's with an automatic transmission, right? So it's got the Cruis-a-matic transmission in it. I've actually done burnouts just accelerating quickly into turning on to another road. So from a stop sign, traffic's moving kind of fast, so I want to get up to speed, so I just give her a little bit, and I was doing the squawking tires and drifting that you often see people doing in their supercars before they lose control and crash them. But this car is capable of doing stuff like that. I wouldn't do that on a regular basis, but if that's something you like, once you buy it, do what you want with it, right? So what I like to do with my cars is, well, I like to get a car that, well, for one, that I know has lots of potential value if it was like fixed up, and I usually like to get one that sort of runs, or that, I'm more or less confident that I can get it going. So when I saw this low mileage and how nice the interior was in this car, I was just like, oh, like this is like a brand new motor in that car. Now they could, at the time when I bought it, they could start it, but only by putting fuel in the carburetor and then hooking up the mechanical fuel pump directly to a gallon of gas in the front, because I guess a few years before I bought it, they had put some of the newer gasoline with the alcohol into it, and they left it in the tank, and it had gummed up and blocked the tank. And there's lots of issues, just with stuff that was so old on the car. So they had done enough so they could start it and show that, yeah, the engine's good. But then I had to, take it to the next level, because what I want my cars is to be drivable. I want to be able to drive them. And also by driving them, I find out what's good about them, what's wrong with them, and I can work on fixing those things. So that's what I've done for several of my cars. The next phase would actually be to, decide what color I want to paint it, what sort of, renovations I want to do on it, and then do that. But what's been happening is people have been trying to buy my cars off of me before I even got to the point of actually doing the body work. So this one here, because of its low mileage and good condition and that it operates so well, I figure it's going to be worth a fair bit of money, more than twice what I'm asking for it right now, once it was, painted. So not really in a hurry to sell or anything like that. It's just I have a lot of projects on the go, and I will probably get more. I'll probably get more projects to work on as I go along anyway. So yeah, and right now I could use some money for some sprayer and supplies to fix up one of the other cars that I'm working on. I'm actually doing up a car that I actually plan to keep for myself as a daily driver. So my goal on that one is to basically make it indestructible, make it so winter doesn't bother it, nothing will bother it. And there is technologies today that you can do that. You can actually make a car, you know, rust-proof nowadays with rust encapsulators and things like that. So, anyways, if you look at my driveway, you'll see that I have a lot going on, right? So, that's a family beater car right there. There's my Volkswagen Betsy, and I got an RV that is in pretty good shape, but I do need to do some work on it. And then in the background there, you can see my truck, which I'm also selling because I don't really use it that often. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. I'm probably gonna edit a lot of this out